So last year I started a painting about the eukaryotic kingdoms. And when I started working on the fungi kingdom, I realized that I don't really know much about them. And that's when I started doing a bunch of research about fungi. And now I'm working on several pieces around the fungi kingdom. It's been pretty challenging to find information about them because fungi bodies don't leave fossils. But it's also been a great learning experience for me because I've been reaching out to a lot of either companies that work with fungi or places like botanical gardens throughout the world, and I've had such great response. Everyone helped me to go in the right direction. Now that I have a better sense of idea about the evolution of fungi, I'm starting a 40 by 40 in watercolor and gouache painting on them. I paint about different organisms that are alive in the planet because I have pretty bad memory, and painting them really helps me understand not only how they work, but also remember their names, their phylums, their divisions, etc. When I say research, I'm not only researching how these fungi look, the different parts of their bodies, I'm also doing research on their medicinal properties and also about their toxicity. I am doing pretty teeny tiny details on this evolution of fungi painting, as there are said to be somewhere in between 1 to 5 million species of fungi. In very little time, I became completely fascinated by the fungi kingdom. Fungi stopped being just a subject for a painting and became a whole new world full of discovery, mystery, magical colors, and incredible properties. I had been curious and in awe of this kingdom for the past few years, but this was the first time ever where I was diving so deep into them. I started reading book after book, going to online fungi symposiums, watching time lapses of how they grow, The audiobooks and podcasts and mushroom lattes followed, and so did the hiking days in the forest, every day after it rained, so we could see the new mushrooms popping out from the soil. Getting fascinated by the mushroom vendors at every farmer's market, the tinctures, learning about microdosing, about edible mushrooms, and myceliated ecological possibilities for construction, fashion, and more. This painting was made with earth, pigment, watercolors, gouache, and drawing ink, all on top of Arches watercolor paper. I divided the mandala in 5 equal parts, each side for each phylum of the fungi kingdom. Each one of those 5 phylums is divided in equal parts to showcase their subdivisions. I used my circular rulers, compasses, and protractors, and I advanced one subdivision at a time, one phylum at a time. Besides all the 21 hours of content we used for this video, what isn't recorded here are the endless hours I sat down in my computer to write down emails to universities, mycologists, mushroom farms, and researchers. The hours put into making research for each phylum, each division, making folder after folder, and trying not to get dizzy with all the scientific names, but also trying to understand all mycological terminology, which is a whole world. The research hours included buying books from symposiums and conferences made on specific phylums around the world. It included starting my own mini bioart studio here at home, and to start seeing fungi under the microscope by getting pre-made slides, as well as learning how to make my own with fungi living cultures. This painting is for me way more than the art supplies used to create it and the research behind it. This painting has been my intimate partner for the whole pandemic. It's been my opening gate to a kingdom I will be forever fascinated by. It was the welcoming door to finding how much magic lies within the fungi. The fungi have become a true love for me, just like the plants have been for decades. A whole kingdom of mystery, of healing, and building new life from the death. I paint because I want to tell nature how much I love her, and this painting is my love letter to the fungi kingdom. Every time I go to the forest and encounter a new fungi species for the first time, I can't even describe how magical it feels to know I've painted them before. I know their names, and their phylums, and their galls, and who they work in symbiosis with. I am in complete awe from our natural world, how intricate it is, how infinite and fascinating its wisdom can be. And more than anything, I am in complete awe for how living beings work in symbiosis, how magical it is that we are all here alive today, sharing this planet and learning from one another. From the Prototaxites to the mycelium network, phylums and subdivisions, the fungi painting showcases over 320 species of fungi in their taxonomic classifications, And even if not visible to the eye, it also carries a story of how a person fell in love a little deeper with this beautiful planet we all live in.